Welcome back. If you just were logging on, I said two people were on. I have no idea what just happened, so we're going to try that again. My name is William. We're doing the Communion Dicit Dominus, second Sunday after Epiphany. It's a beautiful one. Let's get into it. All right. I got the thing. That's what happened. Okay, I figured out what happened. So, that was a mea culpa. That was a user error right there. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so let's see, this chant is called Dicit Dominus. I put the title Dicit Dominus Implete because there are other Dicit Dominus antiphons, but this one is mode 6. We're going to pitch it down a step from our normal position, down on E flat. So it'll be kind of E flat major with an A flat when it happens, or A natural if you're plunking around on the keyboard. But let's see. If you're going to skip the tutorial, so we're doing our normal MO, I'm going to just go line by line, kind of make comments as I see fit. And then at the end, I'll sing the whole thing through straight. If you want to skip that and skip to that and just sing along with that, then go ahead. I'm going to put a timestamp down below. Yeah, let's get into it. So like I said, E flat. Now the important thing about this one is there are actually different people speaking. Okay, so the first line, and I like that this one kind of breaks it up into lines, more or less. We have a narrator, we have our Lord, and then we have the architriclino, the architriclinus. That's a word. The head servant, right? We say that in English. It doesn't have the same sophisticated ring as architriclinus. So if you're in the catering business and you're the head guy, we just say, I am tonight's architriclinus. Anyway, sorry. All right, so, but I want to say that word a bunch so that when you get to it, you can say it. Architriclinus. Architriclinus. This is actually a Greek word that's just translated into the Latin. All right, so here we go. We have E flat. So the first line is our Lord speaking. Thus says the Lord. Obviously, that's the narrator. But implete hydrias aqua, erferte architriclino. Right? Fill those jars with water and carry it to the head waiter. And then the narrator picks up again. Cum gustasset architriclinus aquam vinum factam, the water that was made into wine. He said to the sponso, the groom, and then he gets all high. It's like high pitch. So this is actually similar to the way that the division of the music goes for Good Friday. A long intro. But on Good Friday, you know that Christ sings really low, the narrator is kind of in the middle range, and then the synagoga, anyone else other than Christ, speaks really high. So this is an interesting kind of homage to that. So anyway, all right, here we go. Played 3 different notes there. E flat. E flat's our starting note. Dicit Dominus. So narrator's done. Now, if you want to, you can kind of. This is like a character piece. So like now, put on a different mask because you're now you're Christ speaking. Implete hydrias aquam. So it kind of goes like that. Let's see. That you can see how it's a little lower. Et ferte architriclino. So it's like lower. Not actually lower. But it kind of starts lower, and then it's not like a psalm tone, so it's a little different from the other one. But you get the point. Just use your imagination. Okay, cum gustasset. So, cum gustasset. Notice we have a T followed by a ter. Cum gustas et. Now, that's going to remember that flats are canceled out at the line, at the end of a line measure, or at the end of a word. So we're not going to really run into it, like the problem here, but just to keep that in mind, that's the rule in chant. It only affects the word, or it affects the measure, kind of like modern music with the accidentals affecting the measure. All right, so aquam. Aquam vinum factam dicit sponso. I love this. Christ's words are so like just level and like power and like I'm in control. And then the head servant is like running around like, we ran out of wine. And then he's like, we found wine. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, wait, this is the best wine. And he goes over to the groom and he's like, why did you give me the best wine last? And he's just like, just like, it's all like energy and high energy and running around. It's just very funny how it kind of paints the tone. So servasti, sponso, full bar. Servasti vinum bonum usque ad hoc. That's it. That's all he says. That's all he has time for. In the gospel, it's a little longer than that. But it's just kind of really funny. It's like, first, Christ speaks, and the narrator's like really calm. Cum gustas et. And then the head servant speaks. Usque sorry, messing that up. Mea culpa. Usque ad hoc. Now the narrator's a little jittery, so he has to like calm down from it. Hoc signum fecit Iesus primum coram discipulis suis. And it kind of has this weird feel at the end, because it's a true mode 6. But remember, hoc signum fecit Iesus primum coram discipulis suis. Has that weird sound because you have the T on discipulis. Okay, so there's not a lot like interval-wise. I mean, there is actually a lot interval-wise. I could talk about architriclinus, architricli, a fourth, and then servasti, servasti vinum, making sure those major thirds are really big, and then also calming down your voice so that you kind of float those. That's all very important. Then when you're coming down, hoc signum fecit Iesus primum coram disci. That's really a hard one to tune because it's gonna mess up the end. Discipulis suis. It has that ending of like a drop, like the if you know they didn't have microphones back when they wrote Gregorian chant, but it's kind of like a mic drop for the narrator. He's like, he did this. This was the first miracle that Jesus did before his disciples, and then he drops his mic, right? So coram discipulis suis, mic drop. So it's kind of like a really cool song. So 9:25 we'll put down in the description for the tutorial ending, and then we'll sing it all the way through, starting on an E flat, an E flat, and we'll call it a communion. Dicit Dominus implete hydrias aquam et ferte architriclino cum gustas et architriclinus aquam vinum factam Dicit sponsor. So, oh man, that's bad. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. Okay. Sponsor. Servas divinum bonum. Osque aduc. Od signum fecit Iesus primum, coram discipulis suis. Let me do that Dicit sponsor one more time. Dicit sponsor. Servas divinum bonum. Also, on the last phrase, I did something that I wouldn't normally do. Coram, coram disciple. I didn't pause on that horizontal epizema. Apologies for all that. That's, you know, mea culpa, but that's the beauty of a live stream, is you get the raw data. Anyway, that was the communion. It's a super cool kind of like theater, right? So you have the narrator, you have Christ, you have the narrator again, and then the narrator gets flustered by the by the head servant, because the head servant's all flustered. It's beautiful. So thank you for joining me. God bless you all. Happy chanting this Sunday. Hope to see you in the next video. We're going to be doing the gradual and Alleluia real quick, the short version, and then that will be this week's videos series. So we'll see you next week. God bless, and again, happy chanting.